Just getting everything set up.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you, those of you who are joining us.
All right, guys, we're gonna get to it. I'm just
Yes, thank you.
trying to clear up a couple technical
Thank you,
issues.
Alba, for joining us. We appreciate you. William, thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Target boycott has ended.
All right, guys. So before we jump in, make sure you guys follow J&B Live Podcast everywhere. If you got a quick moment, please make sure you guys rush on over to YouTube real quick at Live with J&B, or you can just type in J&B Live Podcast and make sure you guys subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the algorithm know that we are here. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Apple Music, iHeart, of course, YouTube. So if you're watching or listening, we're there.
All right, guys. Hey, Ken, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Hey, Mark 110. We appreciate you guys for joining us. So tap that screen, send those gifts, drop your city and state in the comment because tonight's conversation might get a little bit uncomfortable, but it's going to be a needed conversation. But you already know what to say here. So we're going to do what we do, real talk, real issues, and real people.
That's right, guys. So let's go ahead and just jump right on in. Well, no, let's stay true to what we do. Hey guys, real quick, make sure you guys throw a comment where you guys are hailing from, so we'll know where you guys are coming from this evening. And we appreciate again you joining us for the JMB Live podcast. All right, what happened with the Target boycott? We're gonna break it down real quick for some of you guys that may not know. Guess what? When black consumers stop spending money, you know what? Corporations, they really do start listening. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about something that shook corporate America, and
Yes, it did.
it was more like a real wake up call, guys. Trust what I'm telling you, real wake up. The Target boycott, and now according to Dr. Jamal Bryant, the boycott has ended. But the big question is, did Target actually change anything, or did people just move on?
Okay, guys. So, and that the real issue is, guys, the boycott historically have been powerful over the past. In the past, if when you think about the Montgomery bus boycott during the civil rights movement, and just what the economic pressure, it does work, but it only if people are committed long enough. And I think a lot of people, because I know for myself, I didn't shop at Target during that Target boycott.
I never really was a Target fan. But anyway, I did go in there once, long time ago. One of them had a Starbucks in there when I was going through my changes. All right. You have to got that right, Doc B. A lot of things you have to stay committed long enough for the boycott to really work. Now, Dr. Jamal Bryant, he organized that Target fast and boycott. The demands were centered around corporate accountability, especially regarding Black communities, because a lot of those places are in our communities, but they give nothing back to the communities where they have those big box stores. But many people are asking, did Target actually meet the demands that they stated during the boycott when it started?
Okay, guys, Broker J3 just mentioned that they do place targets in Black neighborhoods. And I feel like Target, a lot of us were so comfortable with Target, we even start calling it Target. So, yeah, so when Black people are spending money in Target, then some of that money should be returned to the Black community, right? I feel like it should. So,
Exactly.
you have to think about it. Corporations understand one language, revenue. And
Money.
that's why they decided to boycott Target. Did you participate in the Target boycott? If so, drop it in the comment. Your city and state check in, guys. Let us know.
All right, guys. So, what did Dr. Jamal Bryant ask for during this Target boycott? The issue really wasn't about shopping; it was about respect. So, let's talk about the actual demands. What Dr. Bryant felt we were supposed to boycott for.
Okay, so they asked for several things. Two of the things they asked for was greater investment in the Black owned businesses, the brands, and the suppliers, and that's reasonable. And the second thing they asked was to restore and strengthen DEI, because you remember, as soon as Trump took office, he did away with DEI. That's diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the Dr. Jamal Bryant asked for more transparency about corporate diversity commitments. We want to know what they're going to do.
And the third demand was for economic investment back into Black communities, and the fourth was to meet with the civil rights and faith leaders for accountability. So let's discuss those 4 points, what they asked for, in a little bit more detail. Okay, let's get a little further with it, Dr.
Okay, so number one, increase support for Black-owned brands. Target was asked to increase the shelf space and purchasing contracts for Black-owned businesses, not just symbolic placement, but real economic opportunities inside the supply chain. And when you think about it, guys, there's not a lot of Black-owned, other than I think it's maybe Tabitha. We're going to get to that a little bit later on, Tabitha Brown. Yeah, you see her products on the shelves. But do you know of any other Black known products in Target? If you do, let us know, because someone else would probably want to support Black businesses as well.
All right, guys. And number two was to protect and strengthen DEI programs. Now, Dr. Jamal Bryant and other leaders said Target appeared to be scaling back on their diversity, equity, and inclusion commitments, and they've seen that happen. So they asked the companies to publicly reaffirm and strengthen those programs that they started to lack on.
Okay, guys. So, all right. So, the third thing was the invest money into Black communities, which we know that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. Another demand was the direct investment into Black communities, including the funding for small businesses. Definitely, how hard it is for some businesses to get started up, particularly, but education programs and economic development.
All right. And also, number four, establish ongoing accountability meetings. The fourth request was for Target executives to regularly meet with the Black leaders, clergy, and community advocates, to assure the accountability and transparency in those areas and neighborhoods.
Okay, guys. So, and remember this now, Target has built a huge portion of its brand by marketing heavily to our Black people. That's who they market to. That's why they put them in the Black neighborhoods. But the accusation was that profits weren't being reinvested proportionally back into the Black communities. In our communities were actually we actually generated the revenue for Target. So definitely we wanted them to put it back in our community.
Exactly, Dr. B. Now imagine this, a Black consumer spend $1,000 a year at Target for what? Clothes, groceries, home goods. But when they go look for a Black owned brand on the shelves, they only find a small handful.
I said it. That's frustration. I've only seen Tabitha Brown, and I love her products, but I don't know of any others. If you do, I mentioned this a few minutes ago, give a shout out to those other brands that are available, Black owned brands that are available in Targets. Okay. We want more of Black products sold in the Target stores. Okay. So people are saying you want our dollars, but you don't want our businesses. Should stores be required to carry a certain percentage of Black owned brands? Drop it in the chat. Let us know. I think they should, because they're getting our dollars. So they should offer more. At least 10% of the products that they offer in the store should be Black owned brands.
Yeah, I think so too, because probably over half of the products in most of those stores are from China or Asia. So we have different brands from all over the world, but very few from right here in the United States. So, and I'm saying that more on a broader range, besides the fact they don't have enough Black products. But think about it. The majority of what they sell is from Asia, point blank.
Yeah.
So let's be real. So what Target did and didn't do, did Target actually deliver on all four of those demands? Target partially delivered on those demands, but not all of them completely.
Okay, so first thing, As far as the items of Black-owned businesses, more of those mostly delivered. It says Target, they did reaffirm and move forward with a $2 billion commitment to Black-owned businesses and suppliers, and they expanded that program. This meant that you should see more Black-owned brands on the store shelves. That was one of Bryant's central demands.
Yeah. Now, did they deliver on number two? Partnerships with HBCUs and Black education programs. Now, the status on that is pretty much largely delivered. Target expanded partnerships and fundings connected to historical Black colleges and universities, the HBCUs,
Mhm.
and other educational initiatives tied to Black entrepreneurship and business training. The company has also awarded millions in scholarships to students connected to the HBCUs.
Okay. All right. So let's think about it now. What about number three, the broader DUI and community investment, partially delivered? Okay. Target did reaffirm commitment to diversity programs and community investments, and they also included funding for Black organizations and more economic development initiatives. However, critics say the company still scaled back some earlier DEI policies. How it was when Trump said no more DEI. A lot of them just jumped ship, but they have scaled back, which is why skepticism remains among some activists. In other words, this was a year-long boycott, approximately a year, and Target lost approximately $12.4 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So did Target deliver on number four, which was 250 million investments in Black-owned banks? Now the status on that, not fully delivered. One of the biggest demands was for Target to deposit about 250 million into Black-owned banks to support lending for Black businesses. That demand has not been fully implemented at all, reportedly due to financial and regulatory complications. At least that's what they're saying. The reason why they have not done it.
Okay, Cupcake, we see you. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Tiara. I hope is that your Tiara?
No, that's one of my old colleagues, co-workers.
Okay.
Hey,
how are
what's
you?
up, man? Good to see you.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Theodore Brown, how are you as well? Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're talking about the Target boycott has ended, and what's next, or who's next?
Yeah, we're definitely going to get into that a little bit more. Okay, let's actually talk about that a little bit, Dr. B.
Okay, now, some people say the boycott are powerful. I think they are powerful. Others say they hurt the very communities that they're trying to protect, because stores employ the local employees, and you have the local workers. Just think about it. If Target lost $12.4 million, so that may translate into some Black people not having a job any longer. So that's why I said some people are for the boycotts and some people are against the boycotts.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So boycotts have been extremely ineffective on one end, but you have to think about the civil rights movement boycott that was successful.
Yes.
The farm workers boycott. There have been international sanctions, and also economic pressure does change the behavior. So that is a plus.
So imagine this, guys. 10 million shoppers. They stopped spending $100 a month at Target. That's $1 billion gone that Target doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, corporations, they notice that immediately.
Yeah, billions of
dollars. $1 billion is not a small amount.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, that's 10 million shoppers spending $100 a month at Target. All kinds of different products. That money gone.
Yeah.
And that's why some people believe that the boycott ended too early.
Yeah. Do you think it ended too early? Like I said, it's been going on for about a year. So they lost $12.4 million. Do you think they should lose even more? Okay. So consumer spending is real.
That was billion.
Billion. It was billion. Okay, billion. Okay. I'm about to check that again, but billion. But consumer spending is the real voting booth, guys. If Target is done, who should be next? Who do y'all think we should boycott next?
Now that's where the conversation gets real interesting, Dot B. You
Yeah,
know,
Bill. Correct, guys. It was 12.4 billion. I'm sorry. Yeah, correct.
that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. And you see why they wanted to come to the bargaining table. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. They want to come real fast.
Yeah, they didn't want to keep losing that kind of money. But just think about it. We had that type of impact on Target. So who should be next? Should it be Walmart? Should it be Amazon? Who should it be? Okay, so Dr. Bryant said that the movement may shift focus to other corporations, and there are several companies that face similar criticism because a lot of them said no more DEI. There's a bunch of retailers, there's a bunch of banks, even media companies. The next boycott may not be announced, it may just happen. I wish he had a transition into the boycott immediately, but I guess they want to come to the table, part of that committee, and decide which company or which organization they're going to boycott next.
So, guys, if you guys was part of making a decision for which company should be boycotted, drop it in the chat. Which company you think should be next on the boycott? You know, they didn't get everything that they wanted with Target, but they felt like they got enough especially with talks of more to come. So they feel like it was a success to a certain point. So what other companies do you guys think they need to boycott and get it right when it come down to understanding having their stores in Black communities, not putting back in those communities? Drop it in the chat and let us know.
Okay, guys, the bigger question is we're going to talk about Black economic power. You know, this show we're talking about just Black economic power in general. But you guys know that a lot of Black women did a lot of shopping or have a lot of tax dollars. And so I wanted to do this episode because I know how important a boycott is, but I also wanted to talk about the amount of Black women that have lost their jobs in the last year since Donald Trump became president. I think it was intentional because of that Black power, that buying power. You know, that's another podcast and we'll get into that later on, but that also ties into economic power. So the real conversation isn't just Target, it's economic power. Black Americans reportedly control over $1.6 trillion in spending power.
That's a lot of
money. So we have
a
lot of buying power.
That's a lot of buying
yes,
power.
It is.
So guys, talk to us right now. Tell us who you think should be next. You know, I know they did a partial on Walmart, but they didn't hold strong on Walmart.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
A lot of people probably shopping. It was close to Christmas time. People didn't want to boycott Walmart at that time.
All right. I guess nobody's boycotting.
Yeah, guys, who do you think we should boycott next? Are most of you just tired for the evening? It is a Friday now. Are we hitting you guys up at a bad time?
Probably. It's Friday evening. Yeah. They probably getting ready to go out, or they probably getting ready to go do something. It's all good. Tired from a long day. All right, since that's the case, let's give out big shout outs to Ricky Todd, Ryan Johnson, Rob Freaky, the real Mr. Maez. Who we got over there? Chuck, yeah. Al. Summary says debating if the Target boycott should continue. You know, I feel you on that. I feel that we should have stayed stronger with them until they gave us all the demands, not what they will do in the future, because the future may never come. Let's be real. I just think they just wanted to get their money back since they had already lost so much money already. $12.4 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
And that means, guys, in a nutshell, that communities have enormous influence, particularly the Black community right now. But influence only works when people move together. Guys, add those comments and let us know who you think we should boycott next.
Yeah, because unity is more power than protest, believe it or not. Unity, again, is more power than protest. So let us know, do boycotts really still work? What do you guys think? Talk to us.
Let
Put it
us
in the
know,
chat.
yeah, guys, let us know, y'all. We got to talk about this. Is an important topic because this is our buying power, our dollars, where you want to spend your money. And if they have cut DEI programs, then do you want to put money into a program that's not going to put money back into your community? Okay.
Yeah.
So give us those last comments and let us know what you're thinking. Okay, guys, so this conversation was short and sweet, and that was the intent. It was all, talking about the boycott ended for Target, but it's actually bigger than Target. This topic is about the power of community voices and economic influence. And history has shown that when people organize around their dollars, institutions begin to listen, and that's exactly what happened. Target started listening to our concerns, especially when they jumped ship so fast to end the DEI program. And we said, well, hey, you want to not invest in us? We're not going to invest in you. And we should do the other companies the same way. However, real change requires persistence and accountability. If the boycott ended too early, corporations may assume the pressure is temporary. The real question moving forward is whether communities will continue to demand transparency, fairness, and investment. Ultimately, this moment should push us to think critically about how we spend our money and why.
So, what tonight showed us is that consumers' power is real, but it only works when people stay unified. Corporations, they follow profit. That's what they do. They follow the money. So when spending changes, corporate behavior changes.
Mm-hmm.
The Target boycott, it sparked a national conversation about representation, investment, and economic justice. But conversations alone, they don't create no change. Accountability does. If communities want corporations to respond, the pressure cannot disappear once the headline fades. And like we were saying earlier, we think that they ended that boycott just a little bit too fast. The next phase of this conversation will determine, whether economic activism is a moment or a real movement.
Okay, guys, something just popped up on our screen about our camera. Let us know if there's an issue with the way that you actually view us. There's no issue with the camera on our end, but we wanted you to let us know if you see anything that seems abnormal as far as the camera is concerned. So thank you, Sugar Bear 44, Javon Black, Melanie King, Debbie Jackson, and Cece Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. And hey, Cupcake.
Back again.
I hope you're doing good this evening. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on this topic about the Target boycott, which has ended, which lasted approximately a year. Target lost about $12.4 billion. And so they decided to meet some of the requests that the Black community requested, and this effort was led by Reverend Jamal Bryant. Okay, we discussed what we asked for, the 4 items, and then we also discussed what Target was able to deliver. So if you didn't catch the entire episode, you can always catch us on, you can follow us on YouTube and you can listen to the video there.
Yeah, thanks for the love, TJ. Again, before we get up out of here, guys, we always like to support our top gifters. So make sure you guys follow our top gifters. I think right now TJ is our top gifter. So make sure you guys follow TJ. Mm-hmm. Okay, we always like to help our top gifters grow their community as well. So make sure you guys take a pause real quick, tap on TJ's picture at the top gifter spot, and make sure you follow him. Okay.
Okay, guys. Now, before we go, make sure you follow JMB Live Podcast everywhere. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Subscribe, comment, and share this episode because this conversation matters. We need to know what's going on in our communities.
Yeah, and TJ, I'm not sure if I remember seeing you, but welcome,
Woo, woo.
welcome.
He said,
and,
woo, woo.
and no, TJ, J&B Live podcast. We follow everybody that follow us. So if you're following us, we will be following you. Okay. All right, guys. So make sure you guys drop your city and state in the comments before you leave. We want to know where you guys been hailing from, who's listening to J&B Live, and where you guys are. We like to know.
Okay, TJ said he's a podcaster as well. So TJ, let us know.
Yeah, we're gonna follow you,
so we can follow you. So, yes.
Yeah, we're gonna check you out.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a dual podcast together. All right, guys. So
also we got LaMonica Victorious from Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, okay. Hey, yeah. Well, I was born there, believe it or not. Yeah, Hollywood, Florida.
Okay.
Shout outs to Hollandale High School. What's up? J3 in the house. All right, guys. Anyway, so let's keep those comments coming. Even when we're off the air, guys, you guys can go to YouTube. YouTube at Live with J and B. I'm gonna say it again. YouTube.
She said she went to high school with you. She said we went to school together.
Oh, LaMonica. Yeah. I think she's one of my classmates.
Yeah,
all right.
Okay,
all right now.
Cool.
All right. Big shout outs to LaMonica. Make sure you guys follow her. That's one of my classmates. I don't know if this is her first time joining the J&B Live podcast, but thank you.
Yes.
Welcome. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure you go to the YouTube at Live with J&B, and make sure you subscribe and follow us so you can catch all of our podcasts. But at YouTube, guys, in case you guys don't know, that's where most of all of our playlists, all of our content, everything that you guys will love. We have some new playlists coming out. I think you guys are gonna love it. Me and Doc B got some skits. You guys are gonna really love what we got coming. So big shout outs to everybody that joined us today. Again, keep those comments coming because it really helps the algorithm to push this conversation to more people like you. We're trying to reach our 50,000 subscriber goal on YouTube. So help us get there, guys. All right now.
Okay, guys. So you want to drop your city and state in the comment if you haven't already done so, and keep those comments coming. We're not completely off the air yet. They do help the algorithm push the conversations to more people. So I am your girl, your favorite auntie, Dr. B. And thank you guys for joining us.
And y'all already know who I am. I'm your boy, your uncle. You know that guy, Broker J3. And as always, guys, we always like to tell everybody before we leave,
yes, guys,
let's talk about it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys so much.